What's up, boys and foids? Today we're playing more Bloons, and I got some stuff that we need to discuss. So that's why I've come out here today. I wanna talk about a little bit of art first, okay? I'm a proprietor, of course, for adult art to still be considered art, right? Maybe like video content, image content, and like that's one thing I personally wholeheartedly believe. But um, one aspect is there's these, I'm gonna call them painters, or yeah, there's these painters who make Pokemon content of this, right? They do they do this adult Pokemon painting, right? And it's still art, right? It's obviously art. Just because like it has a penis on it, that doesn't mean it's not art, right? Like, I mean, if the Mona Lisa like was a femboy dude, it's still art, like, you know. So I don't see why we're disqualifying certain art forms and not others. But I don't know. Whatever. There's like the issue that specific Pokemon don't have enough of it, because I'm like a normal dude. I'm like attracted to like normal things, right? And I am tired of seeing the same 4 or 5 images of Pokemon like Carkol, Orbeetle, Snorunt. That's a classic. Snorunt's a classic. You know, stuff like that is like it's just like, come on, man. You guys couldn't make like 12 more, like, you know, a dozen more, maybe 20 more. You'd be doing me a huge favor. I would absolutely adore that. But whatever, you know. Some Pokemon, like, you know, they get all of them. You're like Gardevoirs, you're Vaporeons, bro. And like, who are these freaks who like these Pokemon, bro? Like, how are you not? How do you not look at a Pokemon like Robombi and like are into that? How do you not look at a Pokemon like Hippowdon? It's like, oh my god, bro. Hippowdon doesn't have a bad number, honestly. But like, it could always be more, just so I'm not reusing the same content over and over again, right? It's just like, come on, man, give me some diversity out here. I'm like struggling, yeah. So I'm a pretty happy dude, right? I'm pretty cheery. I'm pretty like smiley and stuff. But you know, sometimes something bad happens, and I don't feel that way. And this is why I believe I am personally a self-diagnosed bipolar person, right? So I like feel different things depending on what happens to me, and it triggers my different like bipolars. So, um, I went to my doctor about this, and he was telling me that this is like a normal thing, but I feel like it's normal until it starts affecting your day to day, right? And it does. Okay. Here's an example, right? I work this job at McDonald's, okay, and um, I go to the break room, and like I I I watch adult art, right? And it's just a pastime. It's my break. I do what I want in my time. And my manager, he comes up to me and he tells me I can't do that, and he says he's gonna fire me if I don't like stop, like, pretty much immediately. So you know, I don't really like want to lose the job. That's the only thing keeping my lights on. So I'm like, sure, whatever. I have to stop. And then I started feeling like immense sadness, and I just really did not want to work, and I had to force myself to finish the rest of that shift. But like, that's just a symptom of being bipolar. That's just what happens when you're bipolar. You know, it's like it messes with your life, man. It's so hard out here, bro. Like, yeah, I love my manager, man. He does this thing every year where he basically he makes all the employees come in and wear white face. So we all like paint our face white and we serve customers like that. And it's a really great bonding experience. It just makes everyone way more equal. Everyone just feels more included, right? It's such an amazing glue gunner. Sorry. It makes everyone just feel happy and like welcome because everyone's the same, right? He's yeah. So like, because we have to wear white face to hide everyone's race, you know, the customers sometimes ask about it, and we always tell them that it's just to, you know, we all like it, and it's to make the environment more inclusive. And then they always tell us that they're never coming back, or that this is like a horrible thing we're doing to make people hide who they are. But it's just like, when you even the playing field, you take away all these racial like differences and racial prejudices, and then you go and you have you just have like the personality of the person itself. I have this black coworker, right? And he's like great guy, great guy. He finds that day to be the most enjoyable day of the year because it lets him experience what he truly believes. You know, he's probably a transracial person, and I hope he like comes out soon. But he feels like he truly is who he is when he does this white face. It's like an inclusive thing, and I don't get it why like people find the white face bad. It's all I'm doing is putting on makeup. Come on, right? Like that's all I'm doing. I'm not being racist. It's for a good cause, making sure everyone feels included, right? So I don't know. I love my McDonald's job, bro. But I always go to Burger King. I never eat at McDonald's. McDonald's. The problem with that is, it's okay. So I get free food from McDonald's, and I just give it to my dogs, which we'll talk more about later. That's actually one thing I wanted to talk about. But I frequent Burger King, right? And one thing about Burger King is I love the Whopper, right? The Whopper's got so much mayo in it, and it's just so good when you take a bite and like, you got mayo like dripping out of your mouth, bro. It's so good. But like, another reason I like Burger King is just because how are they giving that much mayo to every person? They gotta make it in house, if you know what I mean. Like, there has to be something going on there, which is more than just Burger King mayo. It's gotta be like, Burger King employee mayo or something like that. I don't know. They probably make it at home. They make it with eggs and stuff, by the way. That's not. I'm not referring to anything else. They're like making it in house with like eggs and fats and stuff. Officially, they're making it with eggs and stuff. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Maybe I'll ask them one day. Yeah. Speaking of my dogs, I like to watch them mate sometimes, and it's like I have two male dogs, so it's like I did that. That was a personal preference. Okay, I missed all those balloons. That sucks. I need better defenses. Let's do this. Okay. Yeah. So, like, I like to watch my dogs mate sometimes. I reward them for it, too. It's just a pastime of mine. It's like some people watch sports, some people watch, like, YouTube. I watch my dogs mate. They're both male. It's because I don't want puppies. I really don't want puppies, man. There's so much work to take care of puppies. So I got two male dogs. It's hotter with two male dogs anyway. And basically what I do is I get a bunch of free food from my job, and I bring this home to them, and I give it to them if they mate in front of me. And I give them treats and stuff. And and like it's like a symbiotic relationship. It's like a win-win, you know. I'm getting like entertainment, and they're getting like food. So pretty fair in my opinion. It's just I don't know. I've had noise complaints from my neighbors because I'm too loud when they do it. Apparently, I feel like we should all let each other live our lives, except for people who vocal stim. People who vocal stim. That's like a low IQ thing to do. Honestly, vocal stimming, like, come on, how are you like a person and you like are saying things like that? I don't understand if you guys understand what I mean. I don't know if you guys understand what I mean, but like, how are you like? I don't know, bro. That's got to be a low IQ move. Like, you know how the military hires like, or I guess they recruit, not hire, people based off like IQ and stuff, where they're like, oh, if you're under a certain IQ threshold. They didn't let me in, by the way. That's why I'm working at McDonald's now. I was supposed to go to the military, but yeah, they wouldn't let me in for this reason. But like I'm a little bit salty about it. But like, come on, if you vocal stim, like it should disqualify you from being in the military. You don't need to take the IQ test. We already know you've got 60, 70, and you're absolutely like cooked, right? There's no chance that you're gonna be able to operate like a Gatling gun. Like this monkey here, bro. This guy operates a Gatling gun. You know he doesn't vocal stim. You know he's a clever man. Let's get this glue gunner upgrade. I love glue gunner. Glue gunner. glue gunner. So sometimes at my McDonald's job we do white face, right? Sometimes if we don't feel like making people's food, we'll have it ordered in. So basically the way it works is like on the road, we have McDonald's on both sides of the road because it's really hard it takes a long, like the road we're on makes it so if you're going down the road, it takes quite a while to like go back around. So there's McDonald's on both sides of the road. So what we'll do is we'll DoorDash food from the other McDonald's on the other side of the road when we don't feel like, when we don't feel like making food, and they'll come over, or we'll use McDonald's delivery or whatever, and they'll come over, right? And then they'll come over, and then we'll just like take the food and we'll give it to the customer, right? It's McDonald's food, it's the same, right? And you know, it's like a win-win again, right? I feel like I always find the best win-wins, and that's just a talent of mine, in my opinion. But I don't know. I feel like if you're struggling in life, like you can always outsource your work to the McDonald's across the road, and that seems to be a pretty. I shouldn't have put that there, shouldn't I? It's like it has like global range here, but I could have given it the monkey village, which would have helped. Also, I wanted this. I shouldn't have got this. Whatever, that's fine. Anyway, I don't think history is real. So basically, like you know how in like the past things happened like a really long time ago. So the oldest person on Earth is like what 125, 120, 130. I don't know. I don't think history can exist. Like I can't remember what I did like last week, and that's probably because I'm bipolar, right? Being bipolar is like it's just like all the emotions I feel and all like the different changes make it really hard for me to remember like things I did like a week ago, 40 seconds ago, things like that, right? So how is it possible for someone who's like that old to remember anything anyway? But even give them the benefit of the doubt. Let's say they do remember. Okay, I can't pop those. Let's say they do remember things, right? Because there's some like outrageously intelligent people out there, right? There's like maybe they're all the oldest people in the world. How do they remember things from before they were born? You can't remember something from 800 years ago. Like that's not you weren't alive. Don't give me that shit, right? Like don't tell me that you're like, oh yeah, we know history happened. How, bro? You don't remember it. You weren't alive, bro. Like you can't teach. Okay, we should not teach anything like before like 1920 because I don't think there's anyone alive before that. Well, there might be. Okay, 1900, and then before that, that's like fake news, bro. There's no way that happened. And it's like there's some like crazy shit they're talking about too. They're like, oh, they discovered like the new world, bro. They did not discover a new world, bro. I have a hard time believing that Britain is older than like North America. It's like, I mean, I could see it maybe. It's like they're not that much older. I think they're just not well kept because all the buildings do look old and like they also speak weird there, right? But like, I don't know, bro. I feel like everything started with North America and then we kind of like spread out from there, and that just makes the most sense because most of the like the world stuff happens in North America. So like even if like there was another place that happened first, why would we now like have North America be the hub of the world? That just doesn't make any sense. Same thing with like history doesn't make any sense. You know what else doesn't make sense, bro? The fact that people don't like accept that I mate with my dogs. Oh my god, that's not what I meant. Oh my god, that'd be awful. Sorry. The fact that I watch my dogs mate with each other. That's what I meant. Oh my god, that would have been awful. That would be awful. I would never mate with my dog. That'd be like, oh, that's what my mom did with my neighbor's dog. That's ew. That's disgusting, bro. Honestly, I feel like there's not enough Rule 34 of certain Pokemon. Not enough art, right? And don't give me that shit that X videos isn't an art, bro. That is an art. There's storytelling. There's masterful storytelling. Like if that isn't art, then like movies aren't art, bro. It's literally the same thing. It's the same thing. And people are like, oh, but movies are art. This is like sloth that's trying to like plague your brain. Who cares? Art creators and videographers like this who are making this type of like intimate content, which is like a new barrier that we should not be like afraid to reach, you know? And it's just I don't know. It's just crazy that they believe that that's not an art form, right? It's like how do you not think that? And yeah, when people tell me that, it like pisses me off, right? And that's part of the reason why I think I'm bipolar because like I'm a happy dude, right? I'm a pretty happy guy. But sometimes they say things and it just gets me angry. And it's like that change of emotions cannot be natural. You know, that's got to be like a mental illness or something. It's got to be something, right? There's no shot that like a happy guy like me can feel that I'm not an angry person. So like, why is it when people tell me that they don't believe that like that content is art or that like watching my dogs mate is like a weird thing when people say that and that makes me upset. Why? How is that like not normal? You know? Yeah. I really like my McDonald's job. I'll probably work there for 3 or 4 more years, and then I'll probably After that, I'll probably like figure something else out. Maybe I'll do, I don't know, freelance furry work. That's not bad. I have a furry artist friend who makes pretty good money off of me, at least. I don't know about his other clients, but like, yeah, I've talked about him before. He's he's a good friend of mine. He agrees with pretty much all my takes, except for he finds it weird that I watch my dogs mate, and right, once again that like triggers my bipolar disorder, and I get really upset at him. Every time he says that, I'm just like, dude, get out of my house, bro. Like bro. Like, I just want to watch my dogs move, bro. Why are you hating? Why are you like on me? And I feel, and that like changes how I feel, which is like not normal. That's gotta be like bipolar, bro. And my doctor, he's out to get me. He thinks that I'm lying. He thinks that I think he calls me like a con artist. He says, actually, he doesn't call me a con artist. I'm putting words in his mouth. He says he's just like, yo, dude, that's not bipolar disorder. You're wrong. Why would I be wrong? Blue Gunner makes me feel things as well, just like Pokemon, which there should be more rules for out of certain Pokemon. Throw me a bone. That's what I'm saying, right? Throw me a bone for my bone, bro. That's all. That's really all I need in life, bro. In general, everything would be better if people would throw me a bone for my bone with adult Pokemon art. You know, that's just me though. That's my opinions. Yeah, the level's like pretty much done. I don't know if like the hard mode levels are the correct length for the topics I want to talk about. I guess I overestimated that. I don't know. I love Bloons TD6. It's got a lot of like characters that make me feel different ways, and that's because I'm bipolar, right? I'd be happy with all the characters if I was a normal person, in my opinion. I mean, like, yeah, that's another thing. It's just my opinion, bro. Like the doctor, you're not better than me for having a different opinion. Like, come on, just respect me, bro. Respect my family. Um, respect what I feel. And like, oh my god, bro, these Moabs. Who's stunning them? Is it the? I know he's getting like the glue on them. Then how are they like slowing down like that? Is that you? Are you doing that? I can't read that. Let's get another glue gunner. We need another one. We'll do this one, the corrosive glue. He's got a purple stripe on his head. Glue gunner. Rest in peace, Charlie Kirk.